What's going on, people? It's your boy Porter Rock 77, and I'm back with another video. Hold on, let me put this on silent, my phone on silent. But what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Let me check out the chat box real quick. Let me make sure everything's good. How's everything? I apologize for having y'all wait. Having a little bit of technical difficulties, just some weird shit that was happening. But I'm glad you stopped by. I'm glad you're taking out the time to listen to my live stream. And you know it's gonna be on and popping. It's about I'm about to get my rant on. You know what I'm saying? So we all know the title is less worrying about the PS5 and let's talk about PSN name change. Pretty weird combo, right? It's a weird combo, but somebody has to do it. You know what I'm saying? So let's start. All this talk from media, PS5 coming out in 2018 and all this stuff. Is my mic good? Y'all can hear me? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like it's good. But what's up, everybody? What's going on? All right. Yeah, everything's all good for me. Thank you for asking. Thank you for showing up, everybody, in the comment box. Creepy Bunny, EJ Johnson, Garuda, Jordan, hey, Tekken Gods, what's up? You know, Aerialist, thank you so much. Thank you all for showing up. All right, don't forget to hit that like button. But let's get this rant going. PS5 in 2018. Where the hell is this coming from? I want to know, where is this coming from? Is it because of the Scorpio? Is that it? Is that why? Are PlayStation fans really scared? Is media scared of the Scorpio? Is that it? So to me, this is more of fanboys, the minority fanboys that like to talk shit, telling Sony, begging them, please release the PS5 so that way we don't have to hear, these Xbox talk shit about power. That's all. That's it. In my opinion, that's exactly what's going on. It's nothing more than the fanboys on the PlayStation side that talk shit for 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and now you don't want to reap what you sow. Now you can't take the heat. Well, that's what y'all get. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm going to tell you, I'm a PlayStation dude through and through. To me, PlayStation has been the best brand the moment it came out the market. In 95, whatever. Since then, it has been kicking ass overall. You can't think, even Nintendo, in the console space, hasn't done what PlayStation has done with the success it's done. I mean, right off the bat, 100 million consoles and over 900 million games sold on the PlayStation 1. 150 million consoles sold, over 1 billion games sold on the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 3 sold around 85 million, and that's considered bad. 85 million is bad for a PlayStation console. Never mind, look at Nintendo. GameCube only sold like 20 plus million. N64 only sold like 38 million. Dreamcast died. You know what I'm saying? Look at the real OG Xbox, only like 21 million. So 85 million for a PS3 is considered bad. That should tell you the standards. And now the PlayStation 4 doing better than it's ever done in PlayStation history. So why the screaming cry for a PlayStation 5? Especially when Sony just released a Pro. They just released it. It's not even a year old. So what the hell makes anyone think that the PlayStation 5 is coming out next year? That means they're building the hardware now, developing it. They're going to start manufacturing early next year and launch it. Who's going to manufacture the PS5? They're manufacturing the Pro and the Slim, which are two new products. They're not even a year old. So you think they're going to come out with a third console a year after these? No. So what's with the hysteria about the PlayStation 5? It's the fanboys that can't take the heat. You did it to yourselves. Now, if you look at my channel, I don't talk shit that Xbox One only does 720p. I really don't care, to be honest. It is what it is. Xbox, my main thing about Xbox was, how the fuck are you going to release and force people to have Connect and not be able to use it or not support it, and then expect them to pay $500? That was really my thing. But as far as 720p, as long as it's got good graphics, that's it. But the PS5 debacle is all the media, the opinion articles that talk shit. Well, you reap what you sow. The truth is, Sony doesn't need to release a PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. This is not the same as 3 years ago. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, 3 years ago, Sony started about power, so now Scorpio has power, and everybody's going to go to Scorpio." It's not. It's not that easy. It's not that easy at all. All right. 3 years ago, when Sony launched, it was $400, and there was no $250 console that played great games that could compete with a $400 PlayStation 4. All right. So Sony doesn't have to worry about the Scorpio. Even if it's priced at $400, you still have to pay $400 for Call of Duty when you already play Call of Duty on the console that you own. Right now, PlayStation's at the point where for $250, and maybe if Sony drops the price for $200, you'll get God of War, The Last of Us, and the Call of Duties and the Battlefield for only $200. That's it, So enough with the PS5. That's just fanboy shit for people who can't take the heat. You should have never started this game. You know what I'm saying? You talk shit, you gotta, if you could dish it out, you're gonna have to take it. If you don't like getting punched in the face, you should have never stepped in the boxing ring. That's all I gotta say. The shit we should be focusing on, and I'm gonna bring it up because I never really talked about it, but it's a time that I do talk about it, is the PSN name change. That I think now we're at the point where Sony needs to at least say something about the progress. At least acknowledge that you're working on it. I think this is the one area they need to not acknowledge. It's a PSN name change. This whole PSN 5, let that shit go. For $200, God of War, Red Dead Redemption, The Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, Spider-Man, Days Gone, and God knows what else is going to be pushed out this E3 when Sony presents new games. And then 6 months later, when they have the PlayStation Experience 2017, $200. That's what gamers are focused about. So don't worry about this PS5. All these PS5 articles are nothing more than opinion pieces and people who are scared of the shit talking that's coming to them. You reap what you sow. For PlayStation gamers, we need to talk about the PSN name change. That's important. Now, why is it important? It's because a lot of people, a lot of PlayStation gamers are sticking with the brand because it is the best brand right now. I'm not saying Nintendo and Xbox is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the PlayStation brand has been the best brand, and people are sticking with it. You know what I'm saying? Their vision is more clear, much more clearer than what Xbox. Right now, Xbox don't even know what they're going to do. Are they even going to make single player games? If they do, is it a double A? Is it a single A? Is it service based? We don't know. Xbox been out for 16 years, and people are still trying to figure out. Just the fact that the conversations just has to simply be, well, you misunderstood Phil. Just the fact that it's even gotten to that point, 16 years into the Xbox life cycle, is bad enough. PlayStation, there's no misunderstanding. They release games. It may take a little while to build it, but once they get that train rolling, it's an onslaught of games. You know what I'm saying? And there's quality games, and some of them are top. Like PlayStation just got brand new franchise, Horizon Zero Dawn. That's a bona fide franchise. That is a system selling game. If they don't make Horizon 2 for the PlayStation 4 or Pro, and they decide to make it as a future PlayStation 5 title, that game's going to sell PlayStation 5s. Fact. People are going to buy PlayStation 5 just for that game alone. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need to worry about this PS5 thing. What we need to worry about is PlayStation name change. And why? Why am I bringing this up? Okay. Again, you have people that's going to rock with the PlayStation brand for a while. And many PlayStation gamers, if you remember, this whole PSN network started in 2006. Some of them were 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-olds, 12-year-olds. I was already an adult. So the name I picked was already, set for me for life. Right? Puerto Rock 77. I'm good with that. But some people are 13, and I'm not talking about the weirdos that, created weird names just to be stupid and now they regret it. I'm talking people who generally picked a name that they identified with themselves at the age of 13, at the age of 14, 15, 16, even 17. You know what I'm saying? They identified with these names. Maybe they picked a name of a favorite cartoon or TV show that they liked when they were 13, 14 at this period. Maybe it was a movie. Maybe it was a character. Maybe it was something that they liked. Maybe it was a sports team that used to be in their city, but now is no longer in their city anymore. So they don't rep that team. There's different reasons on why you pick the name. And whatever name you pick, we can all relate. It's kind of close to identity. It's kind of close to who we want, right? But now fast forward 2017, 11 years later, that 13-year-old is now 24. That 17-year-old is now 28. They don't relate to that name. Not that it was a mistake. They just don't relate. They're 28 years old. So they don't want to relate to a TV show that was 11 years ago on a character that they don't really care. It was more like a childhood character. You know, I could imagine if I was 13, let's say if PSN was around in the 80s, you know, when I was a kid, I pretty much guarantee my name would have something to do with He-Man. Because I loved that cartoon when I was a kid. He-Man, the cartoon was my favorite. My parents bought me all the toys. I had Castle Grayskull. It was that was my favorite toys. That and Thundercats. So it would be one of those two names. I would be called Thundercat Rock. 77. Some weird shit. But now imagine my name was still Thundercat right now. Be freaking weird, wouldn't it? Me being called Thundercat right now on PlayStation Network. Hey, you'd be like, hey, yo, what's your name on PSN? It's Thundercat. You'd be like, what the fuck? Pretty weird, right? It wouldn't be weird when I was a kid, but it's weird now. You outgrew it. And that's the key why we need to talk about this, all right? With PSN name change, it's low-hanging fruit. Now, for those of you that don't understand that term, low-hanging fruit is if you go up to a tree and you're about to pick fruit from a tree and you have a basket, you want to grab the ones you can reach because it's reachable. You just grab it, put it in the basket. Grab it, you can put it in the basket. Once you grab all the low-hanging fruit and you got this basket full of fruit, then you put it away. Now you go grab the ladder, get a person to help you for safety. Now you have to climb up the ladder, grab the fruit, reach, shake the trees, do all this weird extra work, But the low-hanging fruit, you can knock it out. It's easy. And once you're done with the low-hanging fruit, it's done. You don't have to worry about it. PSN name change is low-hanging fruit. Because once you have it set up, that's it. You don't have to do no more. Now, I know some people will say, no, Sony's got to focus on the network. They got to focus on reliability. They got to focus on speed, download speeds, and all that stuff. That's not low-hanging fruit. In fact, that's a project that they will never finish. Because even Microsoft, you always have to improve the network. You always have to make it faster. You always have to make it more reliable. You always have to make it more secure. That doesn't stop. As years go by and technology improves, as people's speeds in the homes get faster, as routers get faster and better improved, the network has to improve. Everything has to go faster. Everything is always improvement. It will never stop. Download speeds and all that stuff will never stop. Security will never stop. People will try to find new ways to crash, the network, try to steal your identity. It's something that's forever. It's something that's forever going to have to be in play for Sony and Microsoft. All right. So that's not low-hanging fruit. PSN name change, low-hanging fruit. Once they said it, that's it. It's done. You're always going to have it. And the funny thing is, no one's even asking for it for free. No one's saying PSN name change and include it in the subscription so people can do it for free. No. People will accept that you charge $10 because I think on an Xbox, you can charge $10. No one's going to care that you pay $10 to change your name. People will do it. They just want the ability to do it. Sony, listen. And if for everybody that's paying attention on Twitter and looked at my video, make sure Sony sees this. Everybody. Put at Yoshida, at Sony, at PlayStation. Let them all see this. But Sony, I'm talking to you. All right? You have a PlayStation fan base that is proud to be PlayStation gamers. I'm proud to be a PlayStation gamer. It is the best gaming platform. PlayStation 4 has been phenomenal. And I'm loving it. I do not regret my decision of buying this platform. It's so good, I don't need another platform, to be honest. I don't need to buy the Pro. I technically don't need an Xbox or a Switch. I will get an Xbox just because, I'm a gamer and I like to try different shit. But I can tell you right now, that platform is not going to be my primary platform. I'm going to buy it. Hopefully it's $200. Play some exclusives, And if there's no exclusives that I want to play, it's going to be collecting dust until the games come out that I want to play. But the PlayStation, that shit's always going to be on point. Loving it. Love the content. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man, all that stuff. And you have a lot of gamers that's going to rock with you. You're going to have gamers that are 13 years old now, or maybe 2-3 years ago. And when you launched the console, 3 years ago, they were 13 then. Now they're 16. In 3 years, they're going to be 19. In another 3 years, they're going to be 21 or 22. And it's going to keep going. And at a certain point, the name they created in 2013, they're not going to like it. Simply because they just outgrew it. It doesn't relate to them anymore. And then, of course, you have some few jackasses at 13, immature. They pick, Dick Licker 99, and they thought it was funny. And now that they're 24 years old, they don't want people calling them Dick Licker. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, them too. They definitely want that PSN name change. What I'm trying to tell you is, if you want these group of gamers that enjoy your ecosystem and you want them to move with you with every platform, you have to make sure that they're able to conform to the identity they want. They're gonna grow older, you know. So how they felt when they created a name is not gonna be the same. And at a certain point, it's gonna be a little embarrassing, to the point even something as a simple name change, they'll probably go to Xbox, you know, because they get to play the Call of Duty, whatever, but they don't want to be known as Dick Licker. It gets embarrassing, especially how we tied, you know, our gamer tags to social media, our PSN IDs to social media with Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and all that. You know, it exposes, it puts ourselves out there. You know, it's like Facebook for gaming and stuff. We're putting ourselves out there. They don't want to put themselves out there with a name like Dick Licker. They're not going to do it. They're not. Some of them will just start the account over. But others, they put so much investment, it's almost disheartening to start over, that they just rather start over on an Xbox platform or a Switch platform, whatever. So it's time to fix yourself, Sony. It's time to, hopefully this E3, maybe they will introduce PSN name change. And of course, you know, the haters, the fanboys, they'll be like, ha ha ha, Sony finally got it. What a piece of shit network. We don't care what y'all say. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time to understand, we really don't care what fanboys say at this point. You know, the platform is riding on a high, it's too dominant, and the games that's coming out is really some of the best that the industry is going to produce in terms of exclusive, or in terms of first party. Let's say that. In terms of first party, there's none bigger. Maybe Nintendo with Mario. They just released Mario Kart here. Who knows when they're going to release Metroid, Super Smash Brothers, stuff like that. But right now, this platform, this console right here that I'm seeing in front of me, my God, some of the biggest of IPs is yet to come. Yo, when Spider-Man drops, that shit's a game changer. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're playing in 95K. It don't matter. Because I'll be playing Spider-Man and it's going to be freaking amazing. Backed by Insomniac, not no bullshit dev like what Activision does. Activision, they did a tragedy with that IP. Because they had a Spider-Man IP and they just sold it off on the name. They gave it some low-tier developer. Instead of actually putting money behind it, proper AAA developers behind it, and give it a proper budget and proper advertisement, Activision could have made a gold mine with that franchise. But yet they just gave it probably the lowest budget you could get with the cheapest developers, and they just sold it on the name. But Sony's not doing that. They're going with Insomniac, and they're giving that shit a blank check. And it's going to be amazing. You know, God of War, woo! The Last of Us 2, Detroit, a blank check to Kojima with Death Stranding. He's probably hiring half of Hollywood in that goddamn game. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? But the important thing is not the PS5. That's bullshit. To me, those are the fanboys. The fanboys is doing this shit. The ones that talk shit. Stop fucking it up for the rest of us. The majority of PlayStation fans ain't playing that bullshit. We're not crying for the PS5. We're crying for games, and we're getting them. And E3 is going to be bomb. You're talking Sucker Punch with a new IP, and God knows what else. And 6 months later, PlayStation Experience 17, there's no need for a PlayStation 5. Put the money towards the games. Don't worry. You'll know when PlayStation 4 is starting to get a little old. We'll get that feeling. Right now, our adrenaline is pumping for these great first-party games and relationships you're making with third-party to put exclusives on our platform. That's all you got to do. Everything else will take care of itself. A $250 PlayStation for all these games, you're good. It's a done deal. But the PlayStation name change is important. You gotta get to that. It's been a while, and a lot of gamers, you know, they want their identity updated. That's just it. Now, me, I'm good. I don't need it. Porter Rock 77 is a done deal. Again, you might have some dick lickers out there. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thing. All right. Sony doesn't need a PlayStation 5 right now. They're not going to make a PlayStation right now. They're not even doing that Pro Slim with a 4K Blu-ray. Here's the thing with the 4K Blu-ray player. I get it. Would it have been nice to put a 4K Blu-ray player in the PlayStation 5? I mean, PlayStation Pro for those that want it? I'm saying yes. It would have been nice. But it isn't the end of the world. Because those who bought the PlayStation Pro did it for gaming. You know? And most people stream. Most gamers stream. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses. What I'm trying to tell you is reality. Most gamers stream. I'm not ever gonna buy a 4K Blu-ray player. I'm not doing it. I don't watch disc movies anymore. I haven't in a long time. I haven't actually put a disc movie inside my PlayStation. In fact, the last time I put a disc was a P90X3 disc. That's really the only thing I put in. I don't put in movies in there. I don't go to Redbox. Hell, I don't do Redbox rental either because we have the Redbox app. Streaming is what I do. And if I buy something, a movie, I'm buying it digitally because I could watch it on any media device, on a laptop, on a tablet, on my phone. It's much more versatile. So I'm not doing the dedicated Blu-ray disc, 4K Blu-ray. I'm not doing it. I'd rather just wait till 4K catches up to streaming. That's it. I'm not going to invest in something my family's not going to care to use. That's just me. That's just it. Now, if you notice, PlayStation 4 has been outselling Xbox One S. So most people probably don't care about the 4K either. That's just the reality. Everybody streams. Streaming's more versatile. That's just how it is. For the video files, then yeah, go for the 4K Blu-ray player. It's going to be the best image you get. Video file. I am not a video file. I'm nowhere near that. I could watch a movie on my phone and I'd be more than happy. That's how it is. All right? But anyway, let's worry about the PS5. Screw all that nonsense, all that bullshit. It's not happening because Sony's all about these games, and they're gonna just throw games out the woodworks, and that's what they need to focus on for now. Now, PS5 in 2019, 2020, I could see that, and that by that point, I could see a PS4 at a PS5 at 2020 because it's been 7 years. I could see that, but 2018, hell no, not even close. All right. But PSN name change, that's important. You know what I'm saying? You need to look out for the fan base that's going to stick with you and made a mistake. All right? Okay. Yeah, my man Jay Sentry. Hey, you guys join Porter Rock's Discord and help him stop being lonely on his own Discord. Yeah, I got nobody. But I'm doing a terrible job of advertising it. So I got to send the link out and advertise my Discord. I'm doing a terrible job at that stuff. So I'll get better at it. But anyway, thank you so much for rocking out with me. Put it, in the comment box. Let me know what you think. All right. Do you think it's about time Sony finally stepped up and start talking about PSN name change? I think so. And this PS5, what you think about this PS5 nonsense? I think it's nonsense. It's fanboy articles, fanboy media, and all that bullshit. They did this shit. Reap what you sow. Deal with it. You want to talk about power? This is what you get. I'm good. All of us is good. PlayStation Nation's good because we're about them games. We're about them first parties. Single player. Phil Spencer's not our boss. He don't rep Sony. He's repping you, Xbox dudes. Hey, you worry about that. You have those discussions and stuff like that. Now, I try to get in and put my 2 cents in, but at the end of the day, we all know what Sony's doing. They're pushing a lot of great single player games and fostering multiplayer games. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. So, I see the question. So why do you bitch about the digital future? Good question. I will tell you why. And I'll give you an example right now. I'm going to give you live examples. All right? Give me a second. My man, what's his name? Percival. All right? My man Percival. Okay? I'll give you a reason why. All right? So, let me show you. I am back. All right? So, let me show you. All right? See this game? Street Fighter 5, right? We all see it, right? Okay. I bought this game in June last year, a couple of months after it launched. Okay. All right. When they updated the game with the single player story mode and all that shit, because it was missing content. Capcom did a bad job half-assing it. But once it finally reached the content, whatever, I said, yep, it's time for me to get Street Fighter. So I go to Amazon, right? I go to my Amazon app, So I'm a demonstrate, a little dramatization. So I go, yeah, okay, boom. And I see this game right on Amazon. I'm like, cool, $30. Cool. So I'm about to purchase it. It gives me the option to select it digitally. I'm like, even better. Because I select it digitally, I could download it right now and play it right now. So I select digitally. What do you think happened? Give you a guess. To the audience in the comment section. What do you think happened when I selected digital? What's up, Craig Harris? Anybody? Anybody want to take a gander, a guess? Exactly, Arelis. That bitch went up to $60. And I was like, what the fuck is Amazon doing? So I logged on to the PlayStation. It's $60. Keep in mind, no printed disc, no paper, no plastic, no shipment. So how is this something that you have to physically make, physically ship, cheaper than coding? It's a digital file that stays on the server, that travels through the internet into my console. Yo, $60. I switched it back to physical for $30, and I had to wait 2 days because I was a Prime member, so I shipped it in 2 days. Are you bugging? Give you example number 2. See this game? Do sex. They had a sale, $17 on Amazon. $17. Brand new. $17. Once again, gave me the option to pick digital code. So I picked digital, I switched over from physical to digital. Guess what happened? $39.99 on the PlayStation Store. $39.99 for something Amazon was selling for $17. Horizon Zero Dawn, I paid $47 for it, brand new. And it came in the same day the game launched. If I were to buy it digitally, it would have been $60. In fact, I don't pay $60 for games. The only games I pay $60 is the ones I'm going to share with my brother-in-law, because we have, game sharing. And it has multiplayer, because then it makes sense. But if it doesn't have multiplayer, or like a big multiplayer component that I don't really care about, let's say like Neo's multiplayer, but it's not huge, it's not the main focus, I'll buy that physical. Horizon Zero Dawn, I'll buy physical. Stuff like that. Batman, I'll buy physical. A lot of multiplayer, single player games. Something maybe like Destiny, I'll buy digital, only because, again. But most of my games are $47. Bloodborne, I bought day one, $47. Amazon Prime. Some of you are in Best Buy. Get the same price, $47, $46. So my problem with digital and console gaming is lack of competition. Because if the only place you could get your game is from the PlayStation Store, now keep in mind, don't say, well, you could get it on Amazon or, Best Buy online. No. They match the price of what's on the PlayStation Store. That's why when I selected digital on Amazon, the price went up, because that's what the store had it. They match what the store has when it comes to digital. Amazon doesn't regulate digital pricing on their own. So Amazon's not going to be able to release a digital game for $47 if the PlayStation Store still has it for $60. They can't do that. And there's no way to stop that, because there's no competition on the PlayStation Network. Same thing for Xbox. Steam is different. PC is different, because you don't have to buy games from Steam. Steam doesn't dictate pricings. You could go to CD, Share, Keys, whatever. You could go to Origin. You could go to a whole lot of places that sells games at the price they want to sell it. Console's not like that. It's just one store digitally, and you take what you can get. So I'm not down with that. I have no issues with digital stream. Perfect. I mean, it's convenient because I could switch from one game to another without switching disc. But I'm not going to pay $13 extra per game to do that. You know what I'm saying? After 10 game purchases, that's $130 extra that I spent just so I could say I could switch games in and out. Nah, fuck that. Nah. Until they start pricing digital games should be $10 cheaper by default. Fact. If a game's $60 in the digital store, $50. Right from the get-go. $10 off. We should not be paying the same price as a physical game. And sure as hell, if the stores like Amazon, Best Buy are selling it cheaper day one, there's no way you're going to tell me a digital game $60. Hell no. I ain't paying the extra $13 for that level of convenience. That level of convenience is not worth $13 per game. So that's my beef with digital. That's my only beef with it. Everything else with digital is fine. Because at the end of the day, it's not like you're playing the game off the disc. It still has to get downloaded on the hard drive. It still has, installed. It still has to get installed on the hard drive. So if a game's 50 gigs, it's 50 gigs on your hard drive. So digital physical doesn't save, it's irrelevant because they all get installed on the hard drive. But the price, I save $13 a game. Come on, bro. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. I'm not spending an extra $13 just to spend it. It does nothing for me. The digital or the physical, I see no improvement for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the day one games, I get it the same day the digital comes out. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. Every game I bought physical was $13 cheaper than physical is $13 cheaper than the physical. And I bought a lot of games. That's just facts. Now, digital is good for like old games. I see great deals on old games and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you'll go all digital, that's cool. I'm not saying anyone's wrong for going all digital. But it's crazy that digital is $60 day one, yet you could get physical day one for $47. So that's not, it should be the opposite. Digital should be $47 and physical because they have to print physical disc. They have to make packaging. They have to pay for shipment to stores. Those should be cost of $60 because they're doing all this extra shit. Digital is just from a server. Everybody's downloading the same file. So that's just my thing. All right. That's just how it is. Some people say it's not money, it's the principle. Nah, screw that. It's the money. It's the money. I'm going to be like, it's the money. Principle? Yeah, I get it's the principle. Screw that. It's the money. Why the hell would I pay $13 more for the same product? That's insane. Would you go, if you had a McDonald's on one side of the street and a McDonald's on the other side of the street, and one McDonald's trying to sell you a Big Mac meal for $20 while the other one's for $6, you're going to be like, well, since I'm in the store, I really don't want to cross the street, so I'll just pay the $20. No, you're not going to do that. If you have one car dealership and they're selling you one car, whatever car you like, for $5,000 more than the dealership a mile away, you're telling me you're not going to go to the dealership a mile away to save $5,000? It's all savings. It's ridiculous. And I'm not going to pay $13. In fact, at anything, that's just ridiculous. It ain't just cheap. It's for me, it's retarded to pay $47 for the same game. It's kind of like Dr. Evil. Why pay $47 when you can pay $60? No, I'm not paying $60. And that's just something I know I'm going to get out of it. And most of the time is multiplayer that I can game share with my brother-in-law. That's about it. That's the only reason I would pay $13, and that's, that way he doesn't get the game. We both play in the same game. Okay, I'll pay $13 for that. But $13 for Horizon Zero Dawn? $60? Want me to pay an extra $13? What will that 13 extra bucks do when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn? Nothing. It's just, I just spent. In fact, that's $13 that I could put towards another game. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I bought a lot of games. So over the last couple of months, a couple of weeks, I bought 10 games. 10 times 13 is 130. 130 equals more games. Interesting. More games. I like more games, But you support digital movies. Yes, I support digital movies. Why? Because digital movies, believe it or not, is actually cheaper than disc movies. I can get digital movies for cheaper. And I could play it on more devices. Yeah. Damien, you're not making a good argument here. I'm not saying digital's bad. If you like digital, go for it. But don't try to make me say that my view is wrong on digital. I can beat any person's digital view any day of the week. It's cheaper, and you can buy more games. That's just the facts. It's cheaper, and I could buy more games. If me and you bought 10 games, you know what I'm saying? I spent $470. You spent $600. I got $130 left over for more games. So that means for the cost of you paying 10 games, I could buy like 12. You buy 10, I buy 12. That's a lot of games. All they have to do to fix digital is price it accordingly. And I'll be on it. I'll be all over it. I have no issues with digital itself. I bought digital games. I have no issues with the digital thing itself. I'm not one of those physical collectors or anything like that. Digital, physical. My only thing is $13 for this. That's kind of ridiculous, you know. Digital movies is different. You know what I'm saying? Digital movies are usually cheaper, and I could play on more devices. You know, I could be watching it, you know, on my PlayStation. My wife could be watching on my tablet. I could take it on the go, put it on my phone. So cheaper, more versatile. Yeah, who the hell wouldn't go with digital movies? That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, who you talking to Jay Century? Yo, bro, your tags are shit. What do you mean for my Discord? Yeah, I'm all fucked up. I have to spend the weekend and go to YouTube and learn about Discord shit and do it properly. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit right. You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, check your Twitter and put that link in the chat. Go to Twitter and put that link in the chat. Let me see. Go to Twitter. All right, let me see. My man said go to Twitter. Put that link in the chat. Did you DM me or something? What the fuck is this? He put, what the fuck is it? Let me see. Let me see Jay Sentry's message. I fucked it up or something. What I do wrong? What's it? Check this out. Okay. All right. Discord app invite. Copy. All right. I'm going to copy it. Here we go. I got you. And I'm going to put it in the chat. There you go, everybody. Boom. Discord. Hit me up. I can't debate on a keyboard. Hey, we could talk about it anytime. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We could do this. Hell, tomorrow I have my 60 frames no like podcast, Damien. Let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. We could make that a topic on my podcast. Yo, bro, I'm going to get you that white boy YouTube logic. my man, Jay Centuries. You know what I'm saying? So let me know. Hit me up on Twitter if you're down. We can have that digital talk. You know what I'm saying? You know, my podcast, I express First Amendment rights. It's all about expressing your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you, man. Debating on the keyboard is hard because you can't. There's only so much shit you can type. But I got you, and we got that conversation. We could talk about other shit, all right? But anyway, I'm gonna be out. You know, thank you so much for rocking out with me. You know what I'm saying? It's 8:45 p.m. We're gonna do our thing. I'm gonna play a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn. My man Jay Sentry's looking out. Hey, hit up Jay Sentry's. Well, I don't want to advertise, but let me put it this way: Jay Sentry's helped me out with my Discord. And he sets that shit up nice. So I don't know. I don't know if he's offering paid services. I don't know. You know, ask him, and maybe if he likes you, he'll do it. Or maybe he'll charge you $500. I don't know. But, man, good shit, Jay Centris. I appreciate it. But anyway, talk about the Switch in your next podcast, bro. All right. You know, hey, if anybody in the chat room, there's topics you want me to talk about, oh, shit, Showstopper is up in here. How you liking that Persona 5, you pony? Don't lie. You know you ain't no damn Xbox. Fucking lying. Motherfucker hasn't turned on his Xbox in like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yo, I'm going to be out. Yo, Showstopper, I'm going to hit you up on Twitter. See if I could get you on tomorrow's podcast. I need some. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. All right. I'm going to hit you up on Twitter. I got my podcast tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Just stop to see what you're ranting about. Laugh out loud. Support. My man B Shadows. I got to get B Shadows on there too. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Showstopper, B Shadows, Jay Sentries. You down for a podcast tomorrow? 7 p.m. Eastern? Because my 60 frames don't like podcast is on tomorrow. Let me know. I mean, I know you guys ain't playing no games on your Xbox because there ain't shit to play on there, so you guys ain't busy. I'm teasing. I'm telling B Shadows he's making his money. I could respect that. At least you told the truth. Don't be lying saying you're playing games on Xbox, B Shadows. We know you ain't got no damn games on that shit. I'm teasing everybody. If I'm home, sure. All right. I'll send the link out like around 6:45 p.m. Eastern. 6:45 Eastern time. Same thing you, Jay Sentries. Bro, I play on PC. Fucking B Shadows. I mean, fucking Jay Sentries. He a PC weirdo. Fucking hyping. My man hyping Ryzen, right? You gonna get that Ryzen in Vega and shit? Oh, shit. Anyway, yeah, so good to have you. You should join Crack Gamers. Fuck no. That's like Nah, that's just that. Don't, me and crab don't go well. It would be like peanut. It would be like peanut butter and mayo. That no. That just, you know what I'm saying. That shit will not taste right at all. And somebody on the chat better not say they eat peanut butter and mayo sandwiches. Don't even do that. Don't even do that shit. Anyway, people. Anyway, you heard my rant. If you haven't heard my rant, go back. It's a pretty good rant. But ultimately, enough of the PS5. But anyway, thank you so much. I gotta be out. This is the longest outro ever. But anyway, it's good to have you guys rock out with me. It's your boy Porter Rock 77. Tomorrow, check me out on my 60 Frames No Lag podcast. Jay Sentry says he's down. Showstopper says if he's home, he's down. All right. So that's 2 guests right there. And of course, Time for a Princess will be there. All Day Video Theory will be there. HP North. So it's going to be a good time tomorrow, right? We're going to talk about some games. We're going to talk about topics. We'll talk about the Switch. Anybody who wants me to talk about topics, hit me up on Twitter, PorterRock _AAGE. And we're going to do our thing, all right? Peace. I wish I had my sound. I don't have my sound. I'm going to have to create a new sound. But I'm out. Take care, and thank you enough for rocking with me. Deuces.